Hello, boys. Welcome back to my, bonus playthrough or whatever, special bonus playthrough of Pokemon, Shining Pearl. In the last episode, we did some contest stuff and otherwise, defeated the gym leaders a second time. Now that we've done that, we've made it once again to the same place we were there before. We're not going to necessarily do the same run as we did before. We are going to save if we need to. And there is technically a save that goes on in there, though I feel like they may have turned it off since going in there. So, anyways, we're going to try and defeat the Elite Four with this team. Though our restrictions apply, we're just going for it. Because I did some testing off screen, and not once have I been able to beat it without using items. In case I didn't mention for the other video, the only way you can really beat some of these battles without using other stuff is more than likely you'll have to use evasive moves like Double Team and then get lucky. And even that is not easy. But I actually battled with you before, have I? Wait a moment, my bug Pokemon are buzzing out something. You must have gotten even stronger. The hunch of a type Pokemon is rarely on. Alright then, I'll battle you once more with all my strength. But yeah. I did do some testing. A couple of members took me out, unfortunately, and I found out some other members also take me out as well, so I have sort of a rooted healing plan. Beyond that, I am just gonna go with Surf and other stuff and just hope for the best. Beyond that, the first part that I've set up more or less is the same. I use Surf on all of these weaker Pokemon at first. With, Zerb, of course. And what I mean by that is, I use Scamper with Surf, of course, to take them out in one hit, because that's what I do. But there are a couple of problem points I have to deal with as I go through. And the big one for Aron is his Heracross. His Heracross always outspeeds me, always has close combat, and likely takes me out. It's done around 200 before the last time I checked it, though it obviously changed since then. Also considering the fact that because of a critical hit, also considering the fact he got a critical hit too, it's not necessarily going to be the same. Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to take that bad of a fail. They both critical hit it, so I technically got unlucky. So since it's early on, I'm just going to save. Just gonna restart that run and hope for the best. I did say I could do whatever I want, so since it's early on, I want to try to beat past at least the first part without using revives or having to use like my max revive early, because I did have some max revives. I used them quite a bit in my second run and didn't really accomplish anything, so it's something that I do have to be worried about. Beyond that, this is exclusively just a secondary Elite Four run, and yes, I don't cut any fails out because I want to show you how bad these actually are. By the way, that's the first time in ever of all the setups that I fought Aron that he has gotten double crits with that. Usually he does something else like Aron's does other stuff or does stuff like Detect, but not this time, apparently. This time he just went straight for the attack. I know I probably could survive those, so... And, yes, I'm not dumb, by the way. Every single crit hit, that is 1.5 times the regular value. Him getting 2 of them is very unlikely odds. Very unlikely odds indeed, so... We definitely got unlucky there, so... We're trying again. That is one of the things I would have to do if I was doing all items. I would have to actually save for each battle. Not just that, have every battle planned out, and more often than not, I may have to use evasive moves to get through it. That being said, I'm not sure if Empoleon could learn Double Team, so probably not gonna work with him. Back to the Heracross again. Heracross always outspeeds me and has close combat, but the last time I remember, it didn't quite kill me. Yep, there we go. That's what I expected to happen. So that literally only happened because I got the unluckiest rolls ever. 2 crits in a row. I've done it other runs, and I've never seen a double critical before, which is very unlucky. Because I don't want to get screwed by the other Pokemon, I'm gonna switch straight up to my weakest that I don't like. Staraptor right off the bat as a safety net, because he still has one more Pokemon that outspeeds me. That is a Drapion with Earthquake. I cannot kill it in one hit, so I have to heal. I have no choice but to heal, rather. If I was doing stuff more smartly, I probably would hope that he can outspeed me and do other stuff, but I know Scissor's pretty slow, so I can't really do that on him, so yeah. And obviously all limits are off. I can use whatever Pokemon I want, but I'm mostly just gonna use Scamper for the entire battle anyways, just because it's easier to do so. Oh, great. Well, that's not gonna really do anything. I already outspeed him with our Pokemon. All he's trying to do is get a 1-hit KO, and even then, I'm gonna use Brave Bird. That's the best move I have with him. Not a 1-hit KO, unfortunately. Oh, wow. It's trying to double up for some reason. What is it trying to do? Oh, it is. Oh, it's faster than me. Oh, so that's what it was trying to do. Bullet Punch, I think, is priority. Second thought, healing on this one may have not been the best idea. Okay, well, he didn't use whatever Bullet Punch was this time, so either that or I outsped that. I don't know. It was weird, but anyways, just like I said, that one was not going to really work well. Alright. Now we have to deal with a Vespiquen pressure, or wait, no, that's not it. In the original game, this Vespiquen has pressure, which makes our moves that we use on it drain 2 PP instead of 1, but they changed it to Unnerve for some reason, which their team is too nervous to eat berries, but that's fine, because we already take it out in 1 hit anyway. And this is the Pokemon I mentioned that takes me out in 1 hit. We had to heal, unfortunately, which is too bad, because the last battle, we also kind of got really tightly close to defeating him in 1 cycle. But because of this outspeed, he will always hit us with Earthquake. Thankfully, it doesn't have ground typing, so it doesn't do a lot of damage, thankfully. It's still annoying. So yeah, from 40, that definitely would have killed me. Meaning, technically, to get through this battle, I would have to do the same strats that I did before, but I would have to redo it until I get either a touch or a dodge on his close combat. One of the two. I basically have to reset until I get that, and doing stuff like that is not easy to grind for. Today, as always, my bump Pokemon and Chewy. They didn't waste a single motion, you pull off some perfectly pawsues, and I held them back from winning was their only weakness. If I can improve myself, then they'll get a chance to say brighter than highways in the sun. Let's hear from my Pokemon. Now, there is technically some extra dialogue that I skipped from Cynthia that I couldn't see before, but that only plays at once. But if anybody wants to post it a dialogue, they could still show it. But beyond that, I kind of just went for this because I thought for sure that our friend wouldn't change between different Pokemon. And what I mean by that is Cynthia has different dialogue in the second part, but I didn't think it would also be important enough that it would be different altogether. Because then I did a run afterwards and it was completely different than what I remember. This is the only extra heal I'm going to do, by the way. I'm not going to do much shower stuff because at least Lucian and the other ones, those are free. Beyond that, each Elite Four actually has their own strength and weakness. Well, I see you've returned, dear child. Looks as though you've grown more confident since the last time we met. But don't forget, with age comes the power to shape the earth and a force, well, that can split the ground beneath your feet. Let this old lady show what a little life experience could do. Despite all the stuff she's put up, Verfa's usually a free fight, but I feel like some stuff could happen. And by the way, as you saw there, they don't actually have 6 Pokemon each like I thought they did, which is what they had in Platinum. Instead, as you can, if you pay attention, they actually have their exact Platinum teams instead, but with their Gen 2 or whatever items. I mean, this guy will always have a Rindo Berry. By the way, he never had this in the original, so he would easily die in one hit, but it's a new rare berry, pretty much really rare berry that weakens the move by 2 times its power. Or whatever. That's what it does. And in classic fashion, it only works once. I wish Cash has Water Absorb, so I can't use Water-type moves on it anyway. I think my best way of dealing with it probably would have just been Steel-type moves, but I think that would have been resisted, so until I find something else, Grass Knot is probably my best bet here. But yeah, if you pay attention enough... Oh wait. The Ice Score is a tricky one. It actually doesn't die the same way as the other Pokemon. I forgot to switch. I was supposed to switch here and I didn't, so now I'm gonna have to take a blow with someone. I'm gonna take it with you. If he goes for Earthquake, he's gonna miss, but otherwise, if he does something else, he's gonna hit. Okay. And there it is. We, full predicted him. That's a good thing to have, by the way, like just have a ground-type Pokemon here at all. So I was doing this both for resetting the effect setup, obviously, of my Grass Knot, since I can't use Grass Knot to win it, kill it on that. Oh, why is it trying to use Guillotine? Oh, wait a minute. I am technically lower. Guillotine will only work if that Pokemon is either stronger or weaker than the opponent. If it's not weaker, then it will never work. Quick Attack. Try and beat its priority if it has a priority move. Did nothing but trigger its berry instead. Is he gonna be an idiot or not? Nope. Just going right for an attack this time. I don't know what caused it to go for Guillotine. I think it was just a random pick. Out of all the stuff I've seen, Guillotine is certainly not one that I've seen a lot of. Unfortunately, that's the last good thing that my friend was useful for there. And I mean by my friend, I mean my Pokemon you just saw there. Because, yeah, the other feint moves, they don't really do much. Of course, that technically means I can't actually one-cycle Bertha either, but if I do use something different, if I were to use something different, like a wire, instead, I would technically beat her without using items, so just using, like, a held item, but even then, it'd be crazy. By the way, if you're wondering how I'm gonna do a dodgeless strategy, I believe there's an item called this, the sand item or something. It's basically this really weird item that not a lot of people know about. It doesn't give you extra boost, it doesn't give you extra bonus against other attacks, so it doesn't give you a lot of boost, meaning you could potentially lose anyway, but as a side effect for doing other stuff, but the item that I'm talking about actually lowers an opponent's accuracy. It casts a glare or whatever. That lowers opponent's accuracy, meaning suddenly, if I use that on Bertha right now, all of her moves could miss at any point. And my idea would be to use that and just keep on farming battles over and over again until I get the random miss. Until then, I can't do anything. But otherwise, I just keep on checking on and hoping for the best. Beyond that, just gonna hope for the miss. That's about all I can do. Bertha is one of the easier ones that I didn't have to heal or switch out at all, even in my other run. Or at least I have done her before without doing that. Bet you might be in sight, but be careful not to lose your footing. Huh, really? You're gonna be the one that's about to lose your footing, Bertha. Hope you're ready for this. Alright, we did it. Whew, okay. That's Spiral 2 done. And yes, if I used water thing or whatever it was instead, I could won without using items, but I don't really care. That was quite something. Your youth gives you a confidence in battle that can't be shaken. I just realized the battles I have set up is really close, so on second thought, maybe not without healing. We'll see. No matter how the world shifts, you and your Pokemon will always be sure-footed. You're steadier today than all the days before. Most important part, though, we did that more or less almost without switching. I did have to switch once because of choice specs, but not going to do it this time. This time I'm going to keep them dead for now, but we will probably revive them later just as an extra safety for Cynthia, because it seems like Cynthia tends to be one of the harder fights. Alright. Okay, I'm fine. Alright, time for Flint. Trainer, I've been waiting on the edge of your seat for come. I've been training myself for this moment, so you won't catch me running out of gas again. I won't just bring the heat, I'm going super now. I hope you're warmed up, because here comes the Big Bane. And when he says that, he actually means that. What I find really interesting about Flint is, clearly we have an advantage against him, but he's actually the worst of the Elite Four. Yeah, that's right, folks. You heard it right. The opponent we supposedly have a weakness on is actually our worst nightmare, because his Infernape has close combat, which with the right setup will always kill us in one hit, no matter what. Not only that, but this Houndoom has other random moves it can do, usually Nasty Plus, but if it hits us with something, then Infernape will always kill us in one hit with the close combat. Always. Alright, but anyway, so nothing really changes here. Infernape will always outspeed us and use our close combat. Thankfully, it doesn't come close to one-hitting us, but it did kill us at lower levels, at least the lower levels I did it at. And it always uses its Focus Sash in the same way as well. Now, this is where things get a little bit confusing and where I may potentially fall off a little bit, because I'm still kind of confused about this. Because one time, I actually had him not use a full restore here. That's right, folks. I activated the Focus Sash one time and didn't actually use the full restore like it should have. Instead, it used Mach Punch or something. Probably because it wanted to prioritize killing me instead. Whatever that was, it didn't happen next time. I just realized, because of the extra attack, I should probably keep battling, because remember what I said about the setup? I actually got past Infernape kind of early. Just maybe, I may actually be able to win without using items. Then again, something still outspeeds me, so I know for a fact I will have to at least dodge the attack, but beyond that, other than one Pokemon, Flint doesn't have anything else that will really screw me up. It's his Infernape, as you saw there, that does the most. And this is the Pokemon I'm talking about. If I remember correctly, this always outspeeds me and has Flare Bits as its attacking move. Although I do resist it, it'll probably still kill me in one hit. Yep, okay. That was more or less just a confirmation of that. So I either needed a miss or something else to do other stuff. I mean, a miss or something else altogether. Now, because I have a Palkia, I'm so annoyed at this thing, I'm just gonna straight up kill it. So I don't have to deal with it anymore. Why I went for Poison Jab, I don't know, but it's about to feel a bit of regret as I hit it with the Surf and destroy it. But yeah, if it weren't for the Furrbits or something else, or if I could somehow out-aid other stuff, I could maybe do a dodgeless fight, but beyond that, I have no choice but to outspeed him and just try and kill him with other stuff. Or if I don't outspeed him, I have to do other stuff. My idea for this fight is to actually use the Quick Claw, assuming Surf one-hit KOs all of them, and just hope that I outspeed all of them. Because without that, this is one of the fights I mentioned where I have to get a dodge, particularly on Ape's Close Combat in order to win. But because I have Palkia here, I can just outright take them out anyway. So it'll be fine. And we gotta avoid as well. Things are getting so hot, I can see heat waves. Yeah, I don't really care about that. And he's gonna use a full restore. Now, because I trained a lot, and because I said, oh, I can use whoever I want, of course I am using Palkia a little bit, because I don't want to leave them all out of this. If I said this was solo challenge, I wouldn't have even had them in the battle to begin with, or had them use attacking moves. I would have just had them for revive stuff, but I've discovered that this battle is not to be trusted, or these Elite Four, rather, are not to be trusted, so of course I'm going to battle with them. If I do actually do runs in the future, I might use a mix of Empoleon and this Pokemon. Your moves are so hot, they make mine lukewarm. Well, not just that, but it's kind of a water type. And yeah, he doesn't change that dialogue, unfortunately. Still says burned right down to cinders. I guess that's a little bit nice, because that saved having to use a revive on this part. Beyond that, though, now we get to Lucian. Lucian is the one I'm worried about, the one that I said would be a bit trollier. Since the battle setup, Lucian has become nearly twice as smart as he was in his previous battle. Lucian now has the ability to do multiple setups, including the ability to be smart and set up Light Screen. If anybody doesn't know what Light Screen does, it procs special moves, and if he uses it, I can't actually take any of his Pokemon out in one hit, so we need to hope that he doesn't use it. Beyond that, we can beat him with just one Pokemon, but we will have to heal multiple times during the fight, so let's see how this will go. Just a moment, please. The book completion has nearly reached its thrilling climax. The heroes obtained the Mystic Sword is about to face their final trial. Ah, never mind. Since you made this far, I'll put that aside and value. Let me see if you'll achieve as much glory as the hero of my book. Lucian's still reading his book as of always. But anyways, Lucian starts with a Mr. Mime, kind of similar to what he did last time. Except Mr. Mime will always outspeed us and use Light Screen most of the time. I've rarely seen it change. When it has Light Screen up, I can't want to KO it, at least with the setup I had before. This is the one thing that makes the battle annoying, because what's supposed to be a one-hit on a lot of these Pokemon suddenly changes into a two-hit fight with this up. I mean, we don't have a really good strategy for this after the first part. And we still have to surf most of the Pokemon anyways, because, well, Lucian still has his Bronze on, and that can't be taken out with Steel types. Otherwise, I would use it. Anyway, if you see any Pokemon die in one hit, that's probably because I get a crit. Probably because I likely got a crit. Crits, as far as I know, ignore Light Screen altogether. Okay. This is the part I mentioned. I think the safest way of doing this is to just outright heal to full each time. Until the Light Screen straight up wears off. The problem is, though, there is another Pokemon that outspeeds me, so he will get Light Screen back, but until I find out something else, that's probably the best thing to do. So, yeah. This is going to be the first time I've done this in a while, honestly, because since I haven't been doing much of other stuff, I normally don't heal stall because, to be fair, it is kind of cheap, but since I can use basically anything, I will go ahead and use it if it means, getting rid of the thing. And again, it tells us when Light Screen is wearing off, so we're simply doing this as a stall to let Light Screen wear off. Also, if we were using X items, which, by the way, we haven't done any of these battles with X items, that's, I guess, one thing I will mention. Did not do the gym leaders with X items, nor am I doing these guys with X items. Also, that was a high roll, I could tell, because that did more damage than the other ones. And yes, when you do these moves a lot, or see them use the same moves over, that is when you can tell that they definitely do something different. That was a crit, almost. Or another high roll, one of the two. Also, this Light Screen is lasting a long time. I know it lasts by default at least 5 turns, but it's definitely longer than it's supposed to be. Okay, that's more like average. Alright, there it is. Finally his Light Screen wore off. Now we can start when it KOing his Pokemon again. Unfortunately, I may have to do a similar stall on Espeon. By that point, though, I'm just gonna say that I could probably just take it out with the other moves in one hit and hope for the best. Alright. Beyond that Bronzon's Earthquake, he doesn't really have anything that's really trolly. Initially, I thought Nasty Pot was a freeze setup, but this is the moment I realized stuff when I was doing a regular run, by the way. When I found out that because he had a Light Screen, I couldn't kill him. But because he used Nasty Pot there, that's a freebie. Easy KO. Unfortunately, Espeon always outspeed us. I forget if it uses Sidekick or not. This is the point, otherwise, where it probably uses Light Screen a second time. Yep, here it goes. Not a lot I can do against this, other than just attack it and hope for the best. Beyond that, there's not much the other Pokemon actually do to me. As you can see, like, a lot of his moves don't seem to do a lot of damage, which is a good thing, because I kind of need them to not do that. Oh yeah, this one I definitely have to heal though. Oh wait, what am I doing? How might I turn this situation advantage? How might you ask? By trying to find a way to destroy me, one of the two. It's going for fighting, I just know it. I kind of lied, by the way. Every single one of his Pokemon is cheesy and easy until you get to Gallade. Then you suddenly have a Psychic Fighting type using stuff like Close Combat, as you can see here. Not good, obviously. Alright. I'm gonna use Max Potion. If Mew doesn't die in at least 2 hits, or would die in 2 hits, I don't need to do extra stuff. And what I mean by that is, I'm actually going to use Mew's Baton Pass to his advantage. You're probably wondering why Mew even has Baton Pass. That's because you can give it stat boost like for stuff like Nasty Pot and other stuff. So if I use Nasty Pot right here, and then I immediately switch to someone else, then that will give them an extra boost when he does other stuff. And this is really important because he still has Light Screen up. So he still has a lot of damage, so we need him to lower stats from this and a couple of other things. So we're gonna do that, and then use Baton Pass, and supposedly when I Baton Pass to my character, he will then keep the stats of the other Pokemon. course, it won't really matter now since whatever I'm about to do will one-hit anyways, but I meant, like, what this means is I can basically use Mew as a way to buff up my Pokemon without using X items. This is essentially how you're supposed to buff up. You use a strong Pokemon to get a lot of buffs up, and then you baton pass so it switches to another, and then it gives all the stat boosts to the Pokemon you switch to. Those stat boosts are lost, of course, if you switch to someone else, but because I swapped to him, that means I should effectively have more damage, meaning supposedly Flash Cannon should one-hit it. But here's the problem. As you can see, Light is still pretty strong, so yeah. Not an easy fight to survive by any means. Thankfully, it doesn't have Focus Sash either. And Bronzong always has Levitate, so it can't have Sturdy, nor even if it had Focus Sash, it wouldn't matter. It appears I put him in checkmate, which is about right. Chilliot Stone, you took full control of the narrative without a moment's hesitation. Now then, page is yet to be written. Go us and show us who shall emerge victorious. By the way, here's the strat change. This part is actually really important. Alright. Alright. Samper, you're gonna first be swapped in terms of the hell item. With that, because, right now, the only setup I have right now, I need to be able to use Quick Claw to outspeed the Garchomp, otherwise it always kills me in one hit. And because of the setup I found as well, I don't think healing on anyone else other than Mew is probably going to do any good, because Turb is already pretty weak and dies in one hit from almost anything we use. So the thing I will do, though, is heal up the other characters. I guess since, yeah. Alright. Cynthia's strategy beyond that hasn't really changed much, except now, apparently her Garchomp may or may not be strong enough to one-hit me. This is where, if I was doing something else, I might use X items, but again, I'm doing these fights without X items just to prove that they can be won without them. Because in one of my last videos, I made use of X items all over the place, because Pikachu on his own probably wouldn't have done much work. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so that confirms that the heal has been done. Since this is the last battle, I may as well heal. Make sure that we are fine, because I don't want to lose my progress after that. So here we go. Cynthia time. So we swapped from the Quick Claw simply to have more moves and to give us more speed. How have you been? One look at you tells me many things about you. Together, you and your Pokemon overcame all the challenges you faced, however difficult. By the way, the extra dialogue she has says something about, I like what you did in Celestic Town with the grandma, and I like that you saved that and stuff. Whatever the dialogue I skipped is, it has something to do with that. And you came out even stronger. Obviously, it's important to battle well and win, but I think a truly great trainer is one who makes the people and the Pokemon around them happy. That's why I'm so glad you're the one who's challenging me today. I'll accept your challenge with everything I got. Alright. Back into the cool fight. Cynthia, we technically would have lost in the other fight, by the way, but I got a lucky dodge that allowed me to win, and I'm so glad that I got out of it, because I was already pretty tired at that point. Keep in mind, I was doing a run where I had to defeat all the Elite Four without saving, otherwise I had to restart from the beginning. And true to the word, I don't think there is an autosave from before either of them, as far as I know. But even then, I can't reload saves because it's like, if I take a death, I may as well go back to the beginning. But anyways, Cynthia hasn't really changed much. Still more or less the same strategies can be used against him. Now, I am become much smarter before than what I previously did. After doing a lot of fight setups, Cynthia seems to have a really high chance, I'm not sure if this always happens, to always seem to withdraw Spiritomb to send out Gastrodon or oh, okay, this time was Togekiss. So you could purposely have a move not do a lot of damage. It's not the same thing that I remember though, but beyond that, yeah. Now, Togekiss is probably the biggest new trolley Pokemon that he has on his team altogether. It's both faster than me and has a lot of other stuff going for it too. Part of the reason why I'm doing other stuff. Thankfully, Flash Cannon, as you saw just there, seems to want to KO it, so we use that to want to KO it since it's a fairy type. And now we get to the problem part, Lucario. Remember this boy? Yeah, he's back again. This time around, I'm not sure if Focus Sash is going to do the trick. We're still going to at least try it. Whatever Lucario does, it'll always go through. Oh, wait, no. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot. It's Garchomp that has the Focus Sash. Right, okay. Now I realize something. I don't know what I did differently, but Lucario usually always outspeeds me and does other stuff. Because of that, that means technically we haven't used any items yet. If I end up beating Cynthia after all this, be the one trainer I beat without using items, I'm gonna be very surprised, because Cynthia gave me a hard time off screen when I wasn't 100. And now that I am 100, for some reason I'm taking out a lot of his Pokemon in one hit. Part of the problem was, though, I had a Fury to use Quick Claw, but I never really used it to the best advantage until there. By the way, I'm glad I got the Quick Claw activated, because I probably wouldn't have KO'd whoever that Pokemon was, Lucario, without it getting a hit on me. Lucario's where I usually get really lowered down, because it always outspeeds me and uses Aura Spear, but this time it didn't do that. Unfortunately, Will-less, I think, is as far as I'm gonna go with extra stuff. And no, I'm not dumb. Garchomp, I've seen so many battles. Garchomp always seems to one-hit me. It's the only reason why I even blocked the Quick Claw was so I could try and get it to outspeed Garchomp, have the Quick Claw activate, which is not necessarily easy to get on the right Pokemon. And we just trade full stores there. Nothing different. Oh, what? Oh wait, I didn't use Max Restore. That's why it's still there. I don't know why I did that. Please tell me I can at least two-hit this. I'm gonna heal next, by the way, predicting the Mirror Coat, because I think the last time I'm pretty sure my Tick almost technically nearly beat me too with its Mirror Coat, but I survived on 1 HP, and then Garchomp straight up missed me, or something like that. Oh, nice. Okay. Well, that makes it easier. I'm gonna hard predict it doesn't use whatever its attacking move is, and go for a Max Potion, because I technically need that more. Now, the reason why I said Cynthia's Trolley is not necessarily because he's easy or anything, also, I predicted right! She wanted to Mirror Coat like the sneaky version she is, but it didn't work! Sorry, Cynthia, but you're gonna have to try harder than that. Cynthia's kind of a two-way person with Milotic. He tends to either go for Mirror Coat or something else. Beyond that, it's completely random what he uses. It is technically random what he gets, and of course I get burned. Like I needed that. It's already annoying enough trying to deal with that. Well, I'm guaranteed to kill it every time, but it's gonna be annoying because I'm gonna have to full restore to heal that off. If he uses Mirror Coat again, I'd be surprised. We'll see. Oh, it just uses Recover for me. I gave it a free heal because of that. I forgot it even had that. Okay, well, if it starts using that, that might be annoying. Also need to realize if it ever does use Mirror Coat properly, I'm dead. Likely. Nope, Scald. Alright. This time we're gonna have to kill it. Good. It didn't burn me that time, and it killed itself anyway. This is where I find out if Garchomp can one-hit KO me or not. I have close to full health. You would think I would survive, but that's not necessarily the case. I knew getting backed into a corner could be so much fun, by the way. But yeah, Cynthia is more or less simple. Until you get to the Garchomp. This is where everything goes haywire. It always outspeeds us. It always uses Earthquake. Seems to also one-hit KO me. More or less because of its aggressive attack. But it looks like this time we survived. Thank goodness. Also, as you can see, it does not technically have a Focus Sash. Instead, it has that for some reason, which is the Yachi Berry. Which means it's once again a once-in-a-lifetime using thing. Not yet! I won't let you end things easily. Let's see. Predicted her right. She went for the fullest store. This is another point where I've had her use not that before, but... Okay. Let's see here. So I technically did have to use healing items, but I did beat Cynthia with only Scamper, which I guess is a plus, because that means technically I did all the reviving and it didn't even matter. I didn't have to use all my others. I just did that. That went well beyond my wildest expectations. What an exceptional battle. That means technically all I need is really one dodge, and as long as I stay healthy, or dodge odds fit in Garchomp's attack, I should usually be able to take him out. Cynthia, funnily enough, might be one of the easier battles to farm and take out, because I only need one dodge, and even then, it could be good. Throughout the battle, I managed to catch the goods of everything you've brought so far. Your love of Pokemon, your talent as a trainer, friendships you made along the way. I can't tell how happy I was to see all that. You truly earned your place in the Hall of Fame. Now then, step onto the lift. This is more or less a similar cutscene to before, but because this is round 2, technically, the round 2 being signifying the second time you fight them, this is technically slightly different. This isn't changed, though. Professor Owen still comes around in more or less the same way, but the other dialogue from Cynthia is completely different. Your last battle was splendid. I've already gone to Rio Champion, by the way. Alright. If I did a solo challenge on this, I would probably do this as an individual level thing and not the same way as I did before. And otherwise, I'm probably not going to do it right now, because I still need to train my Polion really good, or if that even works, I'll have to do nothing different. No matter how many times I come here, I always find myself straighter than usual. This is the same, so I'm going to skip this. This is really the same as before. Everything beyond that will be normal. Alright, so there you have it. We beat round 2, and that technically ends our bonus episode. I figure may as well finish with round 2, since I didn't technically do that the second time in my other game. Well, there technically isn't a round 2 in Sword of Shield. This one does, so of course we're doing it. Alright. That looks so excited, by the way, every time she gets into the Hall of Fame. It's like, I don't know how many times I've entered here, but every time it just feels wonderful. Oh, by the way, we skipped the credits, but that's fine. We already saw them. I say that as a joke. I forgot you can skip the credits, but whatever. So that technically ends the game. Sorry I didn't get to do other things, but I will say right now, the next game I have ready for my playthrough is going to be quite an exciting one, and also quite a big break from this, which I've been doing non-stop challenge runs, and I will say it right now, it's just going to be another Brian playthrough, of course, because I want to do crazy hard stuff right off the bat if I don't have to. Until then, guys, I'll leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, peace.